Hey friends, it's Tuesday. I am literally starting in the exact same place I left off last week's vlog, so I'm just coming on here to quickly open up the vlog. I don't have a lot to tell you yet. You guys already know, if you saw last week's vlog, we're heading to the movies tonight. I don't know what we're gonna see yet, but we usually figure that out while we eat dinner because we just pick a time and we just go. Anyway, this week I am planning on working through Longbourn, and then I think I'm gonna start the Vanishing Deep next because that'll just run right into March, and I am very excited to get to that one. I don't have the books with me right now. They're downstairs, so I don't have anything to hold up in my hands, but I just wanted to pop on here, say hello, open up the vlog, let you guys know what I'm reading this week. Longbourn, in case you didn't see last week's vlog, is sort of a Pride and Prejudice retelling. It's like Pride and Prejudice, but from the perspective of the house staff, and it's really cute so far. I think I can kind of see where it's gonna go, but I'm excited because I loved Pride and Prejudice, so this just feels really nostalgic. Hey friends, so it's Thursday and I wanted to quickly update you on what's going on because as far as this vlog has gone so far, Longbourn was like, hey, you're so cute, I like this, it's a fun play on Pride and Prejudice, I like the staff, da 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 da. And then I hit around like page 140 and it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna think of it anymore. I'm not really sure what to think of it. So if I know I usually keep my vlogs spoiler free, but I don't know how to talk about what I'm bothered by without semi-spoiling it. So I'm gonna put a spoiler warning beside me and you can just like tap past it and just go until the spoiler warning is gone. Anyway, so getting into that now, put a spoiler warning and I'll just leave it there until the spoiler part's done. So I'm reading this book, it's all fine and dandy. She kisses this one guy, which is fine, and she's like, I don't really know if I like that. I don't really know if I like him. And then she kisses this other guy, and she's like, oh yeah, that's the stuff, that's love, that's what I want out of my life. Okay, cool girl, you picked dude. That's great. I thought it was all cute. It was fine, it was cute. And then like 2 pages after she kisses this guy and she's all dreamy and she's laying in bed and she rolls over and gets her rocks off while dreaming of this man, but this person shares her bed with another maid. Like, I think this girl is like 15, which is weird to read about that for a teenager anyway, but also she shares her bed with like a 12 or 13-year-old kid, and she just rolls over and does her business, and I'm like, there is someone else in your bed. Like, what? This is weird. This isn't, what you're doing isn't inherently weird, but like, doing it with someone else in your bed is super odd. And then she goes on and they have this like, oh, we touched our hands together passing things because apparently nobody can know about this love or whatever. The housekeeper and her husband are both workers for the house and are married, so I don't really know why it's so weird. But anyway, they don't want anybody to know about their little fling or whatever. And then all of a sudden, like 5 pages later, she goes to his barn and just drops her coat off and she's like in like a slip, and it's like, you went from unsure of how to kiss a boy and like if you liked kissing these people to like panty dropper like that. And not even that it bothers me in books and stuff like that happens, but it seems so out of character like reading her up until that point, and then all of a sudden it was like, this doesn't seem like you, this is kind of weird. So anyway, then all the sexy stuff stops, which is, I don't really care if it's in there or not, it's just that it stops. And now she's going on this like carriage ride with Lizzie Bennet on her little adventure, and I'm like, okay, you're already together, so where is this book gonna go now? Okay, so the spoiler part is over now. It kind of cut it off. I lost my train of thought and started ranting. So anyway, back to like what I'm thinking about the rest of the book is all those things I had complaints with. Like the story kind of seemed almost completed in a way. There's still loose strands here and there that could be cleared up, or like there's probably a secret that's gonna come out, and there's probably gonna be miscommunication, which I hate. You guys know that I hate it. But there is so much of the book left. Like, there's still all of this to go, and I'm like, what can you possibly be filling that with? Like, how are you gonna drag this out? And I've already skimmed a little bit because it was so boring the last couple of chapters, because I just didn't care, and it was kind of just recapping things that happened in Pride and Prejudice that had nothing to do with the housekeeper, just going through the motions. So I was like, okay, what are we doing? And I still want to finish the book because I want to see if it's just like this chunk in the middle that's weird, or if the ending just goes like, because the beginning part, like the first 140 pages-ish, definitely like at least a 4-star. It was fun, it was entertaining, but now it's going like, and like, I have no idea what I'm gonna rate it now, but like my enjoyment level has severely dropped. Okay, so my timer's gonna go off for the bus any minute to go and wait for it. But I got really wrapped up in my rant about Longbourn and how like downhill it seems to be going that I forgot to share with you the other reason why I turned on the camera, because I got some book meal today. I ordered Hum, if you don't know the words, off of BookOutlet because Katie, okay, moved locations, but Katie recommended this. I have to be able to see out the front door, that's why I had to move. Katie recommended this the other day, and I think Krista might have recommended this as well. So I decided to order it because it was on BookOutlet. Funny story, I had a $5 off coupon, so I could have gotten free shipping, and I forgot to use the $5 off coupon, so now I'll just have to use it another time. I don't really know exactly what this is about. They explained it. I don't really like to read synopsis, you guys know that, but I'm really excited to read it because I have heard good things, and I've seen it floating around on Instagram, and it's been on my radar, but when it showed up on BookOutlet, it had to come to my house. Plus, this is literally like one of my favorite colors of all time, so I'm super excited about it. Okay guys, it got worse. It got so bad. Like, for a book that started out, you guys saw, I was so into it, and then it turned into a dumpster fire. If you want to know actual spoilers, you can look down in the description. If I forget to put it there, remind me. But I did put up a spoiler review on Goodreads. I don't do spoiler reviews on Goodreads very often, and I tend to not mark them as spoiler because then no one will read it at all. But I always put like spoilers ahead and then like a whack of spaces and stuff to like separate it so you can't accidentally see anything. So you know not to like read the bottom part of the message. But man, that book, it just went this way and then it went that way, and then I skimmed a ton, and like from what I gather, because I saw a couple pages at the end, I don't think anything even gets resolved. I mean, maybe it does, I don't know. Like I said, I DNF'd it. I never DNF. Do you guys count your DNFs towards your Goodreads challenge? Because so far I do. That being said, I've never ever DNF'd a book at like 25 pages or 50 pages. Like, I read like 200 pages and then started skimming, and then I ended up not reading like the last 100 pages or something. Like, I read so much of this book. Heck yes, I am counting it towards my Goodreads goal. But now... Hey friends, it's Friday, and I am doing a 12-hour readathon with Murphy, so I'm super excited to just literally read all day long. I did a bunch of housework yesterday, so I don't have to do anything today, and I can just veg as much as possible and read as much as possible today, and I'm really excited. I was pretty miffed about Longbourn. It had so much potential, and then it just went, oh man, it got so bad so fast. So anyway, I thought maybe I would try and squeeze in an extra historical fiction, and honestly, I don't think I can do it right this minute. I think I need a break. I think that's a wise decision. So I did decide that I'm going to pick up The Vanishing Deep. This comes out on March 3rd, so by the time you guys see this, it'll be out, and you guys will know what I think of it. Okay friends, it is a little bit after 3. My kids are gonna be home in about 20 minutes, but I wanted to pop on here really quickly and update you guys on how the book is going. I am 210 pages in. I've been really interested by this story. My nails I'm in the midst of painting them, that's why they look weird. They're like only on the first coat, so they're kind of see-through. Anyway, this book is, I would say, at least at this point, more like futuristic sci-fi than fantasy. I thought it was more fantasy. I thought it was gonna have magical elements, but so far, no magic, just like science experimenty type things. I'm really enjoying it. This book, more than anything, centers around grief, which I think is an interesting and kind of an important topic for teenagers, just for like younger people, but for anybody in general. So far, I mean, the characters are likable. We're 210 pages in, 0 romance, which does not bother me at all. I have a sense, if I had to venture a guess, I would assume that at some point something is going to happen and something will spark, but I don't know. I could be completely wrong and maybe it won't make it into the book at all, which wouldn't bother me at all. It just all depends on how that kind of stuff plays out. But mostly this is like a story of like family and grief, and there's like an adventurous aspect to it. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away anything, but I am really enjoying it and I'm looking forward to see where it's gonna go, how it's gonna wrap up, what's going to happen. Some things were like maybe a little bit predictable here and there, but I wouldn't say like in a way that was bad. Like I don't know what you would have done with the story had these things not happened, but I'm really looking forward to seeing where it's gonna go. I'm excited that I have read over 200 pages already today and feel good, and like sometimes my eyes get really tired, but today we're golden. I'm excited. Honestly, I would love to finish a book in a day. That would be amazing. I don't think that could happen, but if I could do it, that would be pretty stinking amazing. I'm gonna be trying to read really hard for like the rest of the night. I don't have to cook dinner because Jared's bringing pizza home. Ow, I just like scratched my face. That didn't feel good. Anyway, usually when my kids get home, we hang out in the living room. Raina grabs a book, Owl grabs a book. She usually just kind of turns pages, or she likes to color. And Raina, lately, this is like a newer thing within the last few weeks, where we read after school. We've been trying to severely limit screen time. It's just better. So we do a lot of reading now. Raina has actually read 2 books this week and started a 3rd one, so that's pretty amazing considering last year it was like pulling teeth getting that kid to even try to read, and this year he's reading like chapter books by himself. It's like it's the best feeling ever. I love that he's so excited for reading, and I love hearing him giggle while he's reading. It's just the cutest thing ever. So anywho, I am gonna go keep reading until my kidlets get home, and hopefully I can get a huge chunk of this book done today. Hey friends, it is Saturday and I am so excited because last night I finished The Vanishing Deep. I read this entire book in one day, and it was really fun. I ended up settling on 4 stars, and so the good things first, I loved the characters. I thought they were so sweet. They were really likable. I loved how, well, the one character more so than the others was a little bit like teenage angsty. It wasn't over the top dramatic. It wasn't like unbelievable arguments and just craziness for the sake of drama. It was a really good time. It had some interesting twists, a couple of things I didn't see coming, stuff like that. Had some like dark family secrets. It focuses a lot on grief, I think more than anything else really, and I found some really relatable things with grief in this book, and I think it's really interesting. And so my question for this vlog is, if you could bring back a family member for 24 hours, would you? And this book really made me think about that, because is bringing them back for 24 hours worth going through the grief of losing them again? And I think for me, I would say I would rather not, because I feel like the grief of losing them a second time would be so hard for me to take. Like, I couldn't imagine having my brother back or my grandparents for 24 hours and having to say goodbye at the end of that after already coming to grips with the lost ones. I don't think I could do that a second time. But I'm sure other people feel completely differently, so I'm super curious, what do you think? Leave a comment down below. But this book was a really fun time, and the only reason that I dropped this down to a 4 instead of a 5 was just that the voices of the chapters, the perspectives, sounded very, very similar. And so had they not had the names of the character at the top of each chapter, it would have taken a minute to figure out who was talking. And that's really like the only con I had with the book. It was an easy read. I read it, like I said, in one day. I didn't want to put it down. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed seeing how it unfolded. I thought it had a good ending, and I just really, really enjoyed it. I just thought it was a really good time. So anyway, I wanted to pop on here. I was so tired when I finished this last night. I could barely even keep my eyes open. Like, my eyes were screaming at me because I read 423 pages yesterday, which is 4 times the amount that I could normally read in a day. I was doing a 12-hour readathon with Murphy, and I just wanted to see if I could finish a book. I didn't finish it within the 12-hour time frame. I think we had to stretch it out to about 14 hours maybe, but I still think that was a pretty amazing feat for me to finish an entire book in a day. I can't remember the last time that I did that. If you have read a book in a day, what was the last one, and when was the last time you read a book in a day, if you've ever done that? Aside from like A Christmas Carol, because I always read that one in a day, but it's so tiny, it like barely counts as a book in a day, because it's just barely over 100 pages. Anyway, I'm gonna close the vlog here. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and the bell so you don't miss future notifications. I do upload most Mondays and Thursdays, and I will talk to you guys all soon. Bye.